Welcome back, everyone, to the Sunday Spotlight. I returned from Las Vegas, somehow without having lost all of my money. Although if a man named Nicky Ninetoes shows up, my name is Jacques, and je ne parle pas anglais. And tonight's a good night for a French connection with Conscript, with Conscript, a top-down survival horror title taking us back to World War I. We're not stuck in a bunker this time, and I haven't found Francois from Amnesia yet, but we are in 1916, and the Great War still has some mustard gas in it. Now, this title was released just last month, July 23rd, but I've had my eye on it for some time. It's a Kickstarter title credited primarily to one Jordan Mochi, with some supporting credits under Catchweight Studio, and it's an impressive debut effort. Doing a cursory bit of research, Mochi's been working on this for about 6 years now, and apparently didn't have any coding experience. He just committed himself to making this and laboriously banged it out over the years. Like, one of those people that just determined to show the rest of us up. But it's really impressive work so far. Story-wise, we appear to be a French soldier looking for his brother after a German raid separates us, and what catches my attention is there haven't yet been any overt supernatural or unnaturally horrific elements. I don't know if this is the case for the whole game, but it's a more grounded approach to horror, using the context itself, i.e. one of the most awful and devastating wars in human history, as the thing that's meant to unsettle you. Provide context for what happens. Yet things do get kind of surreal early on. We're going to play through the opening section and I'll show you what I mean. Exactly, war's horrific enough. Like, the physical reality of what happens when you take young men and train them to shoot at each other and give them weapons of war is enough to break a human mind. Not to say nothing of what it does to the body. But anyway, as gameplay goes, it does have kind of a classic survival horror feel, but more in structure than gameplay. We're not wrestling with tank controls or camera angles, we do have free aiming with weapons, but we are in a contained environment that we unlock with tools, keys, and shooting dudes. Let's get into it and I'll show you what we're in for. Alright, we'll just stick on the default difficulty here. Proceed. And so I like that this is an option right off the bat. If you want, you could just have unlimited saves or just go by checkpoint saving. If not, there is an item there is a limited use item you can have on hand if you really want that classic Resident Evil style feel to it. But no, I did my time in the trenches. We're just going to have unlimited saves. Yes, it affects your score at the end, but I'll save that for when I'm doing my hard mode run. I recognize that poster. Again, it's hard not to think of Amnesia the bunker. And I think it's actually set like a week afterward. Like the bunker happened, I think, on July 10. And I think this is on the 16th or 17th. Yeah, July 12th. Here we go. The Great War has raged for nearly 2 years. Millions of husbands, fathers, and sons have already been sent to slaughter. Many more will follow. The German army has hammered Verdun with artillery since late February. Their plan is to bleed France white, but yet she holds. Amnesia might still be happening, so it can take place over the course of days. Yeah. This will be one of the longest and bloodiest battles of the entire war. I think the latest document was on July 10th. That's when Henri was admitted to the infirmary. Actually, wait, no, I think it was late. No, that would have had to have been later on because things happened while he was out. Anyway, Chapter 1, Some Disputed Barricade. I'll look it up. I want to get a time frame on this. July 11th, 1916. Dear Ma, I hope you're doing better. Around 9 weeks now we've been stationed at Verdun. It is with great relief that I can finally write back to you. I know you've been thinking about Pierre. Happy to say he made a full recovery after being gassed. He's now fighting up at Fort Souville. Souville or Souvie? Anyway, as for me, I'm still stuck at this miserable support trench a few hundred meters downhill. Still haven't found Father's watch. Pierre thinks he left it in his old locker at Fort Vaux. Again, I'm going to mangle some pronunciation, I apologize. I'm assuming that's Vaux. When the Germans attacked us there. I'm sure we will find it soon. We've been fighting Germans over these old forts for weeks on end. They swapped hands multiple times in the past months. To be frank, I don't see what the point is anymore. Our artillery support is constantly delayed, our water is poisoned, and our supplies are low. Telephone lines have been severed beyond repair, and communication from command has been dreadfully slow. It's all a bit of a mess. Just a bit. Think just a little bit going wrong here. Although tomorrow we'll be sent south for our first break in weeks. Much needed. It'll be a relief to feel clean water on my skin once again. I'll bring both of us home, Ma. Worry not. Promises made, promises kept. I think that might actually be written there. Like, not some lorem ipsum text or the French equivalent. Anyway, they're back. Alright, and we're off. Time to look around. Moths are flying around the flame of the lantern. I need to find Pierre and get to the front lines. He's probably still up at Fort Souville. I'll finish writing this letter later. Just some junk. There's nothing of interest here. Now, somewhat annoyingly, we don't have a gun yet, though we will get one before we make contact. But yeah, you can see here, we do this. I'm not 100% sure this is. I think it's a. Yeah, I know, it has to be a sprite model. Although there are some cutscenes that do look a bit more polygonal, like the one of him getting up. So it's kind of an interesting mix of art styles. Again, my mind goes to Signalis, and the animation is a little bit stiffer. But I think also your actual character movement is a bit more fluid. At least from what I remember. And obviously, since we're in the middle of World War I, we're going to be doing a much more grounded sort of horror today. But anyway, we're free to look around this bunker. Yeah, this chess game was abandoned in a hurry. And it's doing the smart thing of letting the suspense build before the action starts. Just some old tattered uniforms. Poilu, I need to transport these cages down trench. Commander's orders. 3D model rendered down to a sprite. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. It looks like it's just fluid enough in the way its idle animation is. But the pixels, maybe you know, the pixelated graphics make it look more sprite. But yeah, that definitely has the look of a proper model to it. Anyway, about a half dozen messenger pigeons are huddled in the corner of the cage. Poor thing's gotta be terrified. Actually, fairly common approach. That's how sprites in a lot of games like Fallout or Baldur's Gate were made. Interesting. Fuck yeah, we got cigarettes. These will be extremely important in war. I believe there are a few other things we can get here. So yeah, we want to look for these boxes, because that's where we'll find extra stuff. Based on the number of cigarettes we're finding before anything else, you can already tell that's going to be something significant. Door is heavily rusted with a helmet hanging. It's locked tight. Ah, yes, we're going to need the helmet key to get that open. This is kind of what I'm getting at with the classic survival horror style, or structure. They have definitely built the game with the expectation that you will gradually unlock more of the area in the usual progression. Andre, the Fritz are back at Souville again. Your brother? He went up about 20 minutes ago. I'll see you at the front. Let's give these bastards hell. This, I think, is tutorial text. Yes. French Army Field Operations Manual, standard issue. When under fire, remember the basics of your field training. Pay attention to your firearm, different weapon types have different firing styles, blah, blah, blah. Real basic stuff. And sprints out, run the enemy. If you're fatigued, you'll be easy pickings. If surrounded, you can perform a combat roll to avoid enemy strikes. Fuck yeah, Dark Souls style. Dark Souls style. I'm already tripping over my own tongue. Need more coffee. And yeah, you get the idea. Just going over some basic stuff. And talking about how items can be combined. You do have limited inventory, though mercifully it is bigger than most of its contemporaries. I think you get like 10 or 12 item spaces to start with. Big innovation to this technique was the usage of normal maps in the sprite to have proper dynamic shading, recently popularized in Dead Cells. This does not... this definitely does not use it. Yeah, I feel like this game's probably dark enough. Fight valiantly and the enemy will cower. Yeah, we'll see how well that works out. Dark Stoles, prepare to quarrel. Oh, God. Oh, good luck. Good luck to my replacement. They'll need all the coffee they can get. Private, where have you been? They're mounting another attack on Fort Souville. We need every man there at the fort. Get moving, now. Alright. In spite of our commander's orders, we're still free to look around. Get a sense for basic navigation and such here. Here's our awesome combat roll. Maneuvering is a bit stiff, but based on how enemies move, it's not a huge liability. And I think that reflects the fact that you're a soldier running around in full kit, not someone built for an adventure, let's say. Okay, barbed wire has been destroyed here, making this trench more susceptible to raids. If I had extra wire, I could patch it up. Now, this is interesting, because the game is sending signals of what to expect from future gameplay. So pay attention to the little things it lets you poke at now, because that'll foreshadow what it'll let you do later. He was gassed last night. Best just leave him be. There's nowhere else to put them. So we're already getting kind of the horror atmosphere. We're like neck deep in trench warfare here with all the awful things that implies, or entails. Keep your head in trench during all hours of daylight. In case of enemy shelling, take shelter in trench dugouts. Yeah, I feel like they could have found a better place for him. I mean, they had room over in the barracks. Although, you know, maybe nobody was willing to give up their bed. But yeah, you can see here we can hide in here. And this is ostensibly to hide from shelling. But as we'll see later, it's a way to avoid enemy contact, too. So again, sending signals about what to expect. This is mostly going to be a solo adventure, although we do see friendly soldiers from time to time, particularly in this opening section. Fancy yourself a sleep-in, Private. Hey, it's Henri! Alright, so we are in canon with Amnesia the Bunker. Awesome. Hey, dude, listen, if your friend goes out on patrol and you find him, don't give him the cursed otherworldly juice water. It will turn him into a horrible monster and everything will go wrong from there. Just trust me on this, bro. This is not my first rodeo. Here we go again, Andre. I'll see you at the front. Don't be over-encumbered. Store your gear for victory. So, yeah, this is telling us we have item boxes. Alright, so we've got 10 spaces to work with at the start, which isn't too bad. Yes. And we'll go ahead and save. Spicy oversized tunnel rat, quite. Alright, this wood looks incredibly fragile, so here's where we use melee weapons to bust things open. We got us a trench shovel. Alright, so assign, we're going to equip it, and assign it to a hotkey here. What's this? Okay, Fort Souville, Pigeon Air. Ah, Pigeon Coop. Right. Alright, so yeah, we can use trench shovels to bust this open. You can see there's a durability meter on the bottom right. It's not likely to give out when you're breaking open objects. You do kind of have to wind up for a full strike to get these barrels open. But these do wear down when you're fighting the enemy. It might also be a case where this is tutorial thing, and it won't break down until until regular gameplay. Also, you notice we found an item in that barrel, so it's absolutely worth your time to bust things open. To explore, look for loot glint. Alright, so that's Fort Souville. There's a door back that way. Alright, locked from the other side. Right. Hey, bandages. Gonna need a lot of these. Ah, hey! Fritz is already here. Awesome. Yeah, mercifully, our first enemy here is a melee combatant. So you're absolutely incentivized to sort of duck around him and weave. I don't think dodge rolling gives you iframes, though. In fact, we're going to try that. No, it does. Awesome. Could have sworn I got hit doing that, but maybe I was just unlucky. Anyway, enemies will drop ammo if they happen to be having a gun. But you encounter a surprising number of dudes that run at you. Okay, yeah, you saw the durability went down, so that is from combat only. Go figure. But yeah, you encounter a surprising number of Germans that are just going to run at you with a shovel or other melee weapon. And that's kind of what gives the later section of the game more of a surreal feeling. It makes me wonder if this is going to take some 11th hour twist about what's going on. Alright. Alright, German trench raider seemed to have stabbed in the chest. Pierre. Hey, it's our bro! Awesome, we saved him! Sit tight, Ma, we're gonna bring him back home safe and sound. Alright, we gotta move him. Well, that was a short game. GG, Andre. Alright, if I don't get to the front lines, I'll be shot. I'll be back for you, brother. Picking up a ton of cigarettes here. Hey, Pecco, good to see you. Welcome to the war. How's it going tonight? Alright. Box pushing. Very important part of World War I soldier training. Attention! Check your firearms before going into combat. Only engage in close quarters combat if absolutely necessary. Oh, you got a cold? Sorry to hear it. Hey, rifle rounds. There we go. Yeah, hope you feel better. There's our firearm. Yeah, it's definitely a little down after my flight yesterday. Especially because of the delay. That was annoying. By all means, settle in. We're going to make this as relaxing and stress-free as possible. Just listen to the soothing sounds of the Great War. Alright. Aim steady, destroy the Boche. That was a slang term I didn't know existed. The first I heard of it was actually the movie 1917. But yeah, apparently that's just a insult for the Germans. Yeah, this is a survival horror game that just came out on Steam. It was released just last month. Other door is... metallic door has been locked. It won't budge. Ah! Stuck. We need a key. Gotta do the voice. Anyway, quick word on gunplay here. So we do have free aiming, even though there are just a limited number of animation states. Unlike Lamentum, you can generally rely on this crosshair. Actually, Lamentum didn't even give you a crosshair. But where you point, it will aim, and it does appear to matter if you go for headshots. Now, this is a single-shot bolt-action rifle. It does have a magazine, but you have to manually chamber each shot afterward, so... you need to be careful when you engage enemies, because you'll often be in situations where you fight more than one guy at once. In fact, I think we're about to get another combat demonstration here. Alright, so pay attention to this guy. You'll see a... yep. You'll see oh. Yeah, you saw that eye indicator above his head, so it is possible to hide from enemies. Finish him off. No survivors. Alright. Now, I believe we're going to get a, here we go. Alright, so here's our first proper combat section. So we got one guy with a rifle and one guy with a shovel. Now, if you aim carefully, you can dispatch guys in generally 1 or 2 shots, but the shovel guy will close distance quickly, and enemies are annoyingly good. Usually, if they fire and you're not dodging or making it behind cover, they're gonna hit something, so you want to take them out. You want to make them a priority. Anyway. Nice! Alright, down he goes. There we go. For an indie project, there's a surprising amount of spoken dialogue in the combat parks and such. Like, they're speaking proper German. That guy was saying, help me. There are characters that say proper French dialogue as well. And overall, there's a high amount of effort in the presentation, even if this is still...
welcomes you, Nerevar,
even considering an indie project. That is essentially one person's... It's mainly under the lead developer, the only developer, Jordan Moji. But there is a long list of supporting credits. Anyway, but you get out there and make every shot count. I'll see you on the other side, my friend. Shape French isn't a real language and no one can understand it. Anyway, record your progress. Yes. So we're about to have us a starting Resident Evil 4 village sequence where we get into an onslaught and there's a lot of enemies. And I don't know if you can simply wait it out like in Resident Evil. I think you do have to take out every soldier on the field. But it's a big open area and you can run around and it gets kind of an interesting demonstration of this game's combat in a very... what's the word I'm looking for? In a kind of free-form way. More so than you usually get from classic survival horror. Anyway, they shall not pass. Beware of the Boche hypocrisy. Hey, how'd you get ahead of us? Private, Fort Souville is under attack. If they take this position, we are finished. Go out there and defend this soil with your life. Yes, our life, not the Major's, obviously. What are you waiting for? One in the back of your head? Get moving! They shall not pass! Alright. Oop, that's a friendly. Combination lock. So again, pay attention to the little details here. This is all signposting that we will be back here. Blockhouse has been locked, but we've not been told why, naturally. So you can see we have a massive area we'll be running around in. This very much feels like a battle in progress. Allied soldiers won't be helping. They're kind of engaging enemies off-screen. In fact, some will be a hindrance. This fella here is just kind of an obstacle. We do have a turret here, interestingly. Yeah, you see that guy went down. Got this fella here. See, Fritz, this is why people invented guns. Pick one up, give it a try, you might learn something. That barrel will explode. In fact, I think if I get... The next guy is a... Next guy get close enough. There you are. Beautiful. Ah! Shit. Okay, barbed wire hurts. Got it. Now, we'll have the opportunity to run around and collect stuff, but some of this is stuff we're going to need for the onslaught. So not a bad idea to get proactive. Hey, that guy cleared out. Excellent. Not a bad idea to get proactive before The Sherman show. The future of our children hinges on this battle. Show no mercy. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's one of our guys. Kind of interesting that this dude... Hey, a grenade. Nice. Don't worry, buddy. I'll put this to good use. Shotgun shells. Okay, yes. We're going to want that shotgun. Oh, shit. As soon as we find one, something tells me we're gonna need one. It might be possible to use bandages on him, although I don't know. I haven't tried yet. Andre! Ow! Bad time to reload, dude. Just chamber another shot and move to the next target. Making them regret ever stepping foot on this land. No! This is my no-no space. Get out of my face! Ow! Bullets hurt. Bullets really hurt. At least wait until I get the shotgun, Fritz. Dodge roll to avoid bullets. This is how war works. Giving off a bad name here. What is love, Orange? Ah, baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Okay, I think, yeah, I have to go up further. An American volunteer. Now that's an interesting little detail. We do get us a pump shotgun. And it is one of those kick-ass trench shotguns. And yeah, it's kind of a small justification there, with that American volunteer there, who apparently joined the unit before America itself entered the war. That did happen, and this is a modified version of the 1897 Winchester model, so it's possible that they brought one with them, but it is unlikely that the French army had a lot of shotgun ammo just lying around. But, more annoyingly, we don't have the rate of fire they're known for. Here, I'll demonstrate. Actually, oh, fuck! Alright, hang on a second. Roll the wrong way. There. Yeah, see? No slam firing for us. Sorry, Jordan Mochi, you're not going to win GOTY with that effort. Oh, God! Oh, shit! We got a tank here. Yeah, we basically have us a Dark Souls, boss. Now would be an excellent time to find another turret. Actually, hang on a second. I have a grenade. This is even better. Ah! Alright, hang on a second. Ow! Okay, of course he's got a melee attack, why wouldn't he? Alright, here we go. Yes! There we go. That didn't work. Doesn't feel like we're nearly there, boss. Okay, there we go. Got him. So it does have good stopping power. Just don't count on the rate of fire that we expect from a good trench shotgun. Actually, this is probably a terrible idea. This might get us caught. I think that was the last major enemy, although there are still a few soldiers. You'll know when we're done because the music will change. Yep, here we go. Alcohol. Fuck yeah. Celebratory drink. French style, baby. Alright, now we can run around and loot the place. Now, it's kind of interesting that Some of these guys seem to randomly die if we get close to them. But not strictly speaking because there's an enemy nearby. There's like off-screen fire happening, and it seems to randomly take enemies down if you're close enough. And that seems to be a question of the game kind of remembering they exist. But it very much puts out a convincing atmosphere of, you're at war, this is awful, and the only thing separating you from the countless faceless dead around you is the fact that you can save your game. And, you know, the fact that we can actually heal. Let's see. Might as well start combining some stuff. Fabric. What can I make with this? Can I make a Molotov cocktail? Hell yeah! Firebomb! Who needs medical supplies? Oh shit! Oh god. Gas! Gotta move, gotta move! Ah! No, push faster, push faster! Move it, Andre! These aren't the happy drugs the army gives you. These are the bad drugs. God, move it, move it! Alright, now here you gotta watch because we have incoming fire from above. And you'll see the silhouette of incoming shells. And you need to not be there when they land. They are gas shells, but they will still pulverize you where they land. Oh, that one's actually an explosive one. Alright, we're indoors. Actually, probably a good idea to heal again. Go ahead and use this bandage. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm talking about with the game using the context of war for its horror sequences and to deliver tension. Only slightly mustard flavored. Yeah. It is very spicy, but not in a way we'll enjoy. We've evacuated the fort due to heavy enemy artillery. The enemy line is now within half a kilometer. Alright. Let's get ready. Fritz is going to be in here. Alright. Oh, we were actually in here. Right. This is the generator room. This is near where we got the rifle in the first place. I think we can now open this door. Come on, Ivory. We all know we measure things in eagles and guns over here. All other forms of measurement are unnecessary. Now, I think... Right, this goes back to the trench we were at. Nice little detail. There are now flies buzzing around the bodies we left earlier. Hey, shotgun shells. Nice. No getting through here anymore. Alright, so that's been blocked off by the artillery strikes. Alright, let's see what the rest of the army is up to, now that we've bravely beaten back the entire German army. Uh-oh, our brother's gone missing. Pierre is gone, but someone has left a note here. Runner's note. Urgent orders. To the company commander, they're planning a second attack and we are out of men who are fit to fight. The fort is now under their control, in their control, and southern trenches will follow. If the support trench falls, withdraw your men and regroup at Fort St. Michel. Leave any wounded soldiers in the medic bay. If they're not killed, they'll be taken as prisoners of war. That's being optimistic there. We will retrieve them later. Runner's note was logged into your files. You can access your files from the inventory. Alright. Oh, Jesus! Okay. Oh, right. That's kind of the end of this chapter here. Forgot about that. Chapters / introduction. Now here's where the meat of the survival horror game begins. But yeah, just out of the blue, you open a door and Fritz there jump scares you with a shovel to the face. Which is weird. You'd think they'd just shoot your ass. Anyway, now we have an obligatory flashback sequence. It's rather nice, serene forest here. I appreciate the contrast. You figure you go from this intense combat situation to, like, this idyllic pastoral scene. Although I haven't ruled out the possibility that there's going to be some horrible twist with your brother. Depends how hard we're going to go into horror here. Alright, cellar key. Got it. Might as well go down in the cellar. We have too much junk. Take the front door key. Ah, yes. Perfect place for the front door key. In the cellar. My grandfather's old work from his days as a blacksmith. Can still do combat rolls. Awesome. We're ready if the Germans attack here. Grandfather's old wine barrels, back when he would make his own. Stack of cookbooks. It's weird that the game kind of goes into shaky cam when you run. I think it's to suggest that this is... I don't know. It's kind of an odd decision. Because it gives you the sense that you're being kind of frantic. Fuck yeah, guns. Grandfather's old sword and rifle. Sweet! We're ready for the cavalry. Pocket watch. Metal. This is Pierre's bed. Rest for the day? No, not yet. We're not done looking around. Topics include welding, military history, bird watching, and politics. There's a story right there. Basically, military service kind of runs in the family. And perhaps influenced why our brothers decided to join. Just spitballing here. Obviously, we don't know that for sure yet. Presumably, we will find that out later. Anyway... Daydream's over, back to the war. Fight with Cudgels. There's a promising title there. But yeah, here's where things get kind of weird. We're in more of a contained situation, and things are still still grounded, but in kind of a surreal way. Like you'll see when we wake up here. 1 hour later. So yeah, for some reason we were kind of tossed inside here instead of killed outright. Was I dragged in here? There's even more now. Hey, a pistol. Let's see, what's over here? Jean, Henri. Oh, damn it! Henri survived amnesia only to die here. A genuine tragedy. But they're gone. Rest in peace, brother. Anyway, yeah, so they took our weapons, but mercifully left our ammo and health supplies untouched. An interesting detail, when I played through this for the first time, I stored a weapon in an item box and it was still there. It was kind of a way to get around that. So I think we will reacquire our stuff at some point. But yeah, everything feels kind of... From the music, to the fact that it's raining, to the odd circumstances of how we woke up. Oh, and here's an enemy over here. So you see these guys, they're carrying some kind of cudgel. And I don't know if it's wrapped with barbed wire or something. And they're kind of hunched as they walk. They don't look right. Now, the game's not saying outright that they're monsters, and I don't think they are. But for some reason, this has turned into more of a stealth situation. In fact, we can hide... Oh, damn it, we can hide back there, unfortunately. But we can avoid them. And early on, it's kind of a good idea to do so. Blockhouse has been locked. We've never told why. Right. So we'll stay over here and we'll let them pass. Oh, it's a trench mace. Okay. So it is an actual thing that was used in trench combat. Alright. I mean, yeah, I know melee combat was a thing. But there are a surprising number of melee combatants just running around now. Alright, trench shovel. So we're back to having a melee weapon here. Excellent. Assign... Oh, here we go. Assign... There we go. But yeah, you see what I'm talking about with the tone shift? I'm not saying I know things are going to get strange, but I like that they're kind of... Oh, here we go. Yeah! This dude's taking a lot of pistol bullets. There we go. Alright. Weird photo of a house. Interesting. But yeah, I like that they're nudging towards the surreal line without going over. We're leaning into just how warped and twisted the war can be without, like, making it explicit. Oh yeah, demons are here. Oh hey, it's one of our guys. Poilu, you frightened me. And you know, you can still cross that line later, or not cross it. But I appreciate that the game's letting me simmer in that ambiguity zone. Keep me guessing for a while. Knew I'd see you around here. What'll it be? Alright, so this is going to be our Resident Evil 4 merchant. We can get stuff from him for the cigarettes we've been picking up. And he's got quite the inventory here, so it's in our interest to save up for upgrades and such. But if we need supplies for if we need any specific kind of supplies, we can get them here. Alright. Gun parts are specifically used for weapon upgrades, but cigarettes are more for your personal stuff and just the inventory itself. Simple, but it works. Poilu, looks like it's just you and me left. It all happened so fast. Those bastards. Our deal still stands. Let me know if you have any spare cigarettes. If you happen to find any gun parts, I can fix up some of your weapons. Well, mate, what are you waiting for? I wonder why he's calling us Poilu is the thing. I wonder if that's, like, a nickname or our last name. There's some context here we're not yet clear about. Anyway, I'm going to store these for now until we get the guns back. Let's save. Alright, let's look around. We do need to be judicious here. As you saw, that dude took a beating. And neither our ammo nor our trench shovel will... All we do is dig into this. I never want to touch a shovel again. Yeah, neither our bullets nor our shovel will last forever. Equip weapons and tools from your field bag. Always be ready for combat. Poilu is a French term for infantryman used most... Okay, okay. So it's just a, yeah. Just a baguette flavor of calling you private. Fair enough. Anyway, we are now free to move about the bunker. Or the trench, I should say. Although our goals right now are vague. We're looking for Pierre, who's gone up to Fort Souville. We also need to find out what the hell happened to us and find anyone that can help us. Oh boy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let sleeping dogs lie here. I don't have a lot of ammo. Alright. That dude is still there. I think enemies do stay dead if you kill them. Ow. Which is good, because ammo most certainly doesn't replenish. And not all enemies drop ammo. Which, if I'm being honest, always did kind of annoy me about Resident Evil 4, and I think that was... How do I phrase this? That was the thing that said to me, this game incentivizes combat and does not punish you for it, which is what really... A strong artillery blast. Okay, so we're going to need to hit that with a shell or something. That was what really sealed the break between the older Resident Evils, which I generally quite liked, and the more action-y direction that they became, because that meant you were required to kill every standing enemy, and indeed you benefited from doing so. Whereas in the older games, enemies were threats and obstacles to be managed, but not a source of resources outside very specific circumstances. And I kind of preferred that because I think it added to the tension. I think that was kind of an essential ingredient of making enemies feel menacing and not like something you were always meant to engage with. I'm not saying I didn't like Resident Evil 4 or anything. I liked it quite a lot. But that was what made me feel like that the genre had changed and there was no real going back from that. Like the Dark Souls roll. Hey, Stochastic Dragon, welcome to the chat. Good to have you here. But yeah, the Dark Souls roll is very handy. It has saved us more than once right now. Alright, key duties. In case of enemy attack, new key duties have been implemented as of July 1st. We must not give our key positions in German hands. Any and all hindrance to the enemy during times of crisis must be sought. Blockhouse keys. Possession of Lieutenant Robin Allard. Okay, infirmary keys. Second Lieutenant Wilfred Boyslaw. Again, probably going to mangle some stuff, I apologize. Pigeon coop keys. Junior Officer Arthur Corvo, supervising tunnel works under the mess hall. Supply trench key. Lieutenant Michel Carpentier. I assume that's the French version of Carpenter. Key duties was logged in your file. Alright, so that's where we can find keys. But yeah, I appreciate that we're taking essentially classic survival horror problems. You know, themed keys, obstacles, roving enemies and such, and giving them a credible World War I flavor without making it feel too surreal. Rebels blocking the way, strong artillery blast. Alright, so we're going to need to use that more than once. What's in here? Fuel, nice. Alright, that's something we're obviously going to need more of. But yeah, how's it going tonight? Hope you have a good time out... Oh, Jesus, what was that? Yeah, someone was being naughty out there. Oh, God. Alright. One handy little holdover from old survival horror. Enemy positions reset if you go back inside. Or if you go back through a door transition. Shit. There we go. Sort of reset. You saw that one that time the guy was a little bit closer there. See if we can get around him. Enemies do have long sight lines. You saw that guy saw us from all the way across there. You know, we'll go ahead and clear this guy out. That guy heard gunfire, but he didn't hear me running around behind him. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ah! Okay. Ah! Yeah, look at all these guys. Alright, one down. Apparently, Poilu derives from the hairy one, or how I'd interpret the unshaven mess of a man. Yeah, I could believe that. Personal hygiene would be probably one of the first things to go, outside situations where it's a genuine health problem. Ah! Alright, just barely had enough ammo for that. But yeah, now these guys aren't dropping ammo. Shit. So I'm left wondering... Hey, here's another trench shovel. Like, did the Germans send forward everyone that still had ammo and just left guys with trench shovels and maces? Dynamite's been soaked, been completely unusable like this. Like, did they just leave behind melee dudes to cover the trenches? There's a story being told here. And we're only getting the details piecemeal. Huh. Okay. On the one hand, I feel like we should finish this guy off. On the other hand, it might be some kind of morality thing. Who knows? Again, this is what I like about old-style survival horror. The air of mystery to start with. Wondering what direction it's going to go in. Doors bound with military-grade rope. Appears to be soaked in oil. Alright, so if we've got something that burns, we can cut it up. Or we can set it on fire. RE4 from the director of God Hand. Oh, God. God Hand is such a unique and special experience. It is truly in a class all its own. Hey, Mirage! Good to see you. How's it going tonight? Alright, where are we at? Okay, we don't know where these go yet. Not doing so good. Sorry to hear it. Wire spool. Ah, now remember in the intro, it said we could fix up sections of the wire if we found... Yeah, there's a small hole in the wall here. Through the hole, we can make out the sounds of a gathering of rats. Must be where they're coming from. A grenade should do the trick. Oh, fuck me. Do I have a grenade? I did not. What happens if I say yes? Did the game bug out here? No grenades in inventory. Alright. Yeah, I remember the bunker. We need to watch those rats. But yeah, in the intro, there was a section of wire we could repair if we had wire to start with, which makes me think there's going to be random attacks from guys outside the trenches that we can potentially fend off. Like in Resident Evil 2, where you can potentially board up windows to fend off enemy. Yeah, here we go. Wire here can be patched up. Might as well. Yeah, that's just the UI goofing. Oh. This guy coming? Oh, shit. Okay. Ask for guys with guns and you shall receive. RE4 also have poison chihuahuas. I do not believe so. Probably had something. Functionally equivalent. Okay. Hiding did not work. They figured out my cunning plan. I think it is possible to lose an enemy, but you have to break line of sight and get far enough away. So, yeah, sadly no, unless you consider Las Plagas poison chihuahua. Okay, can we take this guy's gun? Maybe if we finish him off. Give me your gun! Give me your gun, Fritz! Give me your gun! Damn it. The dark side of enemies not always dropping ammo and such. Although the rifle guys usually do. Oh, I can use the wire spool more than once. Or maybe I just picked up more than one. I think that was it. Alright, well, good to know we're fortifying the trench, even if there's nobody left to defend it. got here? Roster duties for high ranks July. Captain Gautier LaHaye, Fort St. Michel. Lieutenant Robin Allard, Troop Management at Fort Souville. Second Lieutenant Wilfred Boislot, Infirmary Supervision for the Fire Trench, access via wire storage. Officer Corvan, Mess Hall, Tunnel Works Supervision. Lieutenant Michel Carpentier. Okay, yeah, these are the guys we saw in the key letter, and this is where they are if we need to get keys. Yeah, I think that should be the norm. The game should accommodate for the fact that enemies have equipment. And should be fair about dropping it. Like, I can understand why enemies have infinite ammo but only drop a few rounds. But it's a bit silly. Was that door? Okay, so there's door pops open and there's a guy there. Oh, it's him again. I notice we still don't have a name for this guy. But yeah, it's a bit silly that an enemy that has a rifle doesn't let you pick it up. Unless there's like some story justification. Like Chronicles of Riddick, where the guns were DNA encoded and you had to get yourself into a database before you could use one, pick one up and use it. Okay, tiny key seems too small to be used for the average door. A drawer, perhaps. Aha. See, I feel like I want to save up for these, but that's kind of a lot of cigarettes. You know what, I'll get a small key for now. I get the feeling I'm going to use this more quickly. Haha, achievement unlocked. What are you buying? Oh yeah, they are so leaning into Resident Evil 4 here. Again, not at all a bad thing with this. Generally, that's done just to simplify things and avoid the thorny problem of having a variety of guns for the enemy, for the player to sort through that the enemy might be carrying. And I get that. You wanted to control the amount of the type of inventory that the player has access to. Uh-oh. It's a case where I get why it's done, but I appreciate when games go the extra mile and actually justify it in some way. Is that one of our guys? That looks like one of our uniforms. That might be... hard to say. I was thinking about giving him a mercy kill, but honestly I don't even think I can reach up there. Alright, so I think this loops back around over here. We are so low on ammo. Right. Actually, you know what? I should probably be using the trench shovel, considering we have more than one of them now. Hey Fritz, can you dig it? Hoocha! Iframes, bitches! Ow! Okay, that was kind of bullshit. Yeah, you can't hit more than one guy at once. Awesome! So yeah, given the stamina you need to attack, seems like the best way to deal with these guys is to sort of juke them. Oh, they drop cigarettes. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. They don't all drop cigarettes. But yeah, it seems like the best way to go 1v1 is to bait the enemy into swinging, back off, charge up for a swing, and then go. This is our trench. We were actually defending it during the intro. Then a guy whacked us with a shovel and threw us in with the our deceased former comrades. We don't know why we weren't just killed, and we're mostly trying to look for our brother who was stationed at a fort that is now overrun. We actually found him in the intro, but apparently a lot has happened since we've been unconscious. French tunnels, someone particularly infested with rats and of a shoddy construction. Yeah. Not even any wine so far. I am incensed. Fuel storage. Highly flammable. Fuck yeah! You know we're going to be making use of this. Very simple. A lockpick might do the trick. Oh. A lockpick or a simple key? Yes, maybe. Cannot use this here. Motherfucker! Alright, we need the master of unlocking. Where's Jill Valentine? Alright, so we're back where we started. Someone has handily dropped an item box in our bunk there. Excellent. I think this is where we started. Huh. That is walled off. Why is that? Actually, yeah, good idea. That is one minor nitpick. The health and stamina meters are kind of out of the way and not necessarily easy to tell out of the corner of your eye. Like, the stamina meter is one thing, but the health being a dark red, it can be kind of difficult to see where exactly it cuts off in a hurry. Which you very often are. Hey, a knife. Which you very often are in a fight. Okay, I'm gonna guess that there's a hole here. Because otherwise, how do I get... Oh, wait, no, I see it. I gotta break that barrel and then shove that box. Again, classic Resident Evil puzzling. Yep. And a trapdoor. Now, where do you go? Tunnel memo. 28th of May, 1916. The Germans have been relentless in their push for the fort. Bombardment has not ceased day and night, and our trench lines are beginning to become unrecognizable. Emil was set out to draw a map of our trench lines. He didn't want to do it, but he didn't have a choice. Despite that, he makes for a good cartographer. 1st of June. Our supplies are just about out. There's nothing left, and if the Germans recapture the fort, there's no chance we can retake it in this state. The transport shells below the trenches collapsed after a gas shell exploded down there. There's still men trapped underneath us, but it's pitch black down there, and we have no more torches or gas masks, so all we can do is listen to them scream. Ammunition transport between the supply trench and the front lines is now dreadfully slow. If we had usable explosives, clearing the rubble down in the supply trench could still be possible. We're low on dynamite, and our last resupply came in faulty and soaked. 2nd of June. A new gas mask arrived, but the gas down there is already cleared anyway. We need fucking torches, but the supply truck coming from Verdun was shelled. I'm not sure I could take listening to the screaming any longer. What a fucking disaster. Fantastic. Torch battery, huh? Alright. Now, I assume we're gonna go by video game light rules. Where, you know, you get like maybe 5 minutes off in an allegedly full battery. It's 1916, so there's a strike in a bit under a year. Awesome! Oh, that's right, yeah! The army did go on strike at that point. Where they're like, yeah, we'll defend the trench, but we're not going over. You want to go fight the war? Go right ahead. I feel like there's an awesome black comedy to be made about that. Okay, nothing here. Can't see shit. Alright, I'm thinking we probably need that light source. Probably what the letter was alluding to. Did we come through here? No, we did. Alright. Grenade, yes. Oh, wait, no, this is our room. Why didn't we grab this stuff earlier? We could have used this. Then again, it probably would have been taken from us. Fuck yeah! Comedy you're looking for is called Allo Allo. Okay, so someone did make a movie about that. That's great. Alright, put that there. That there. Actually, is there a special use for this? I assume it's a weapon. Military-grade combat knife. Incredibly durable, reliable under any circumstance. Damage 0.02. Damage 0.08. Okay, so the trench shovel does way more damage, but the knife is kind of an emergency weapon. Got it. Got it. It's not a movie, it's a TV series, and it covers a lot. Alright. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Locked with the trench key. Excellent. I approve of comedy approaching unconventional subjects as a way to explore horrific situations and conditions. Okay, I think we're back in the... Yes, we're back in the battle area where we were earlier. I think. Yes. Yes, this is the area. This is the place. Is it? Yes, I think it is. Well, let's look around. Maybe not. Alright. Let's see if we can actually make proper use of this. Alright, he's moving off. Okay, I think we can do this. Yeah, just running around doesn't seem to get their attention, and I'm instantly moving wrong. Fantastic! Oh. That was very definitely a me moment. Alright.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a...
Yeah, this is, of all things, and you know, wrong era, this is reminding me of that scene in Saving Private Ryan where a US and a German soldier, deprived of their weapons and in a close-quarters situation, just throw their helmets at each other, just out of sheer desperation. That, but we're doing that for like a minute. But yeah, combat is mostly serviceable. I'm not too impressed by it, but it's functional. Mostly, it just feels like your character is a bit too stiff. Like, the roll, I feel like, should cover more distance, because otherwise it feels like you're not really outpacing the enemy, and again, you're better off just baiting them into swinging at you. Now, video games have trained me to be wary about melee striking exploding barrels, so we need to be real careful here. Right, this is a game you play for the mood of it, and that much I do appreciate. I see a weapon over there. Oh, could have used that turret. Ah, well. What's this? Lock the door. Where does that go? The Commandos games? Reasonably. I did play the first one. Quite liked it, actually. Not a lot like it at the time. I'm always on the lookout for games that cover small unit tactics in war situations like that, instead of just RT... Oh, what's this? Cutter half. Half of a wire cutter. Where's the other half? Oh, pfft. Honestly, you're probably better off just looking for a whole wire cutter. There's usually someone on the squad that had one. Yeah, I think that's fair. I can get what they were going for. I think it's just, it's a little too easy to just dodge roll your way to victory. And hiding doesn't feel all that terribly effective or useful. You're... again, this is getting back to what I was talking earlier, the difference between old Resident Evil and stuff from 4 onward, where it is in your interest to kill enemies, as opposed to an obstacle that you are removing at cost. And it feels like this game is still in the mold of... You are probably better off just killing every enemy you see, because they're going to be a problem sooner or later. Let's see. Looks like I am... Yeah, I was just thinking that. I'm out of healing items, so I'm going to have to go back to the item box. Might as well grab that extra trench shovel. This one's going to break eventually. Like, I think you probably should have had just one trench shovel. Actually, I'm gonna double back out here real quick. I think you should have had just one trench shovel rather than having a breakable, for instance. As your... and just leave that as your primary melee weapon. Oh, wait a minute, I see that. There is gas in there. We're gonna need a mask. I think with these games that are callbacks to other titles or seminal genre examples, the author often fails to critically approach the issues and shortcomings and instead just adopt them wholesale. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, we did go through here earlier. Remember the dynamite. I don't think it's intentionally done as an homage, but more as just that was the starting point for the gameplay. And it wasn't improved upon much. Okay, class year 1896 to 99. Class type territorial 38 to 35 years. Class type reserve. Okay, this is class year active. Empty bunk. They're not comfortable at all, but they do the job. Helmet hanging. It's locked tight. Keys required. Take the... Ah! Thank God, a bandage. Like, for the most part, I think it is doing a decent job applying the survival horror formula to a World War I setting. Okay, what's this? Ooh, okay. Bernard Moreau, 1914. U.S. Cormier, 1914. Oh, I think we're about to get a puzzle. Paul St. Pierre, 1916. Michel Mathieu, 1915. Huh, alright. Probably gonna be a combination of some kind. Firebomb! Fuck yeah! But yeah, I think the overall structure of the game is decent, and it's more specifics of gameplay where there could definitely be improvements. Bernard hasn't been the same since he came back from Hill 304. He doesn't talk anymore. He just trembles all day and all night, clutching onto his father's old lighter, as if it's made out of solid gold. No one really knows what to do with him anymore. Fighting has broken out again at Fort Souville. We're waiting here as backup in case more men fall. The artillery has been immense. Often they miss the fort and end up in our support trench. Bernard has started pissing and shitting himself, as if we don't already have a rat problem. An officer carried Bernard out of the quarters last night. We haven't seen him since. Looks like he locked his lighter away in his lockbox. Aha. Victor keeps trying to open it, insisting that Bernard won't need it anymore. Those two never did get along. If he had half a brain, he'd use Bernard's birth year as a code. That's what every idiot around here does. Alright. Thank you, diary. I appreciate the hints. Alright. Like, I'd expect a more clear transition to the supernatural World of Horror stuff. Yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. I feel like the game could still do that. But if it does, it's going to be kind of subtle and drawn out. Okay, Suicide Alley. Wonderful. Yeah, for the moment, all this is normal if surreal. Like, I think there's an open question why we're still alive, as opposed to why we were not killed off with our comrades. I mean, that dude nailed us with a shovel and had us dead to rights, so maybe they thought we were dead? I don't know. Okay, so we need to find this guy's birth year. So, 1896, 1899. Actually, you could probably guess. 14, active, 20 years, 19. Class 8. Oh, wait, no, I get it. Okay. 1914. Okay, so this is when people died. So, class age, 19 to 20 years. So, yeah, Bernard's birth year was probably 1894, 1893. I think that's what it's trying to tell me. Now, where's the bloody lockbox? Oh, I think it's up here. Yeah, here we go. Huh? Ah, off by one. My bad. Again, probably a case where you can easily guess it within a range. I mean, most of these guys aren't going to be much older than 20 years. Lighter, empty, so we got to add fuel. Now, see, this is where I start getting a stink eye and thinking this is a little overcomplicated. If you get a lighter, you shouldn't need to fuel it unless there's a really good reason why it's going to be a reusable item. Stuff like that can easily clutter up the inventory. And you know, this is a game where I can already tell there's going to be a lot of stuff to manage. An underappreciated strength of older Resident Evil games. Fuck yeah, dynamite! Is that relative simplicity of inventory management, and not having to worry about upgrading your gun or currency and such. The supreme effort, national loan. Like, it's a nice sense of progression, but I think that works against the atmosphere. And again, makes it more about performance and numerical advancement rather than narrative and environmental progression. Anyway, this fella right here is looking this way. That does appear to be propaganda. Oh, there was a frickin' explodey thing right there. Inventory is full. Damn it! Okay, I gotta use this up. Right, Sadler choking. Where are the reinforcements? The entire stalemate happens because of the mechanics of reinforcements. That's the thing. It feels like there should be people trying to retake this. Because only an hour passed after we were knocked out. But somehow the Germans are everywhere, and in fact have already advanced so far that we're kind of left to whatever rearguard is here. I have questions. Okay, so dynamite. Would I use it on this? That says artillery blast, but I assume any explosive will do. Dry dynamite can be used to clear loose rubble. Alright. Cannot use this here? Huh? Okay, so it specifically has to be an artillery shell. This will be used to clear other kinds of rubble. Yeah, France sending a truly unreasonable quantity of mans into a grinder. That's the other thing. They had reinforcement. They had people to spare. Like, the intro text talks about how the Germans' plan was to bleed France white, and that wasn't really working because France kind of had a lot of dudes. And, you know, the whole point of warfare is very often units do not fight to... I heard that. Who's here? Ah, come on, you. This is the Battle of Verdun, yes. I think the idea is this is some unspecified outpost where theoretically a detachment of French could have been cut off and routed without reinforcements available. At least that's kind of the impression I'm getting here. But again, could probably do a bit more legwork to... Oh, there's the item box. Could probably do a bit more legwork to justify why help isn't coming. But again, the game could lean into that. We could be in a strange situation where some things are off in some undefinable way. But yeah, despite my nitpicking, I am curious where they're going to go with the story. Like, what's the deal with his brother? Is there some dark family secret, or is this just going to be about a normal family drama that is smothered under the colossal, unimaginable horror of the worst conflict in the modern era? Or is there going to be a supernatural twist to this? I don't have a hard preference for what I'm looking for in this. I'm more interested in what the author is going to do, especially because this is kind of a single person's vision. Yeah, note the timelines to check with the Germans taking Verdun. I'm sorry, not Verdun, Fort Souville. Alright, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the developer at least did their homework on that. Blockhouse, helmet, and blockhouse. Huh. What are we missing? Supply trench. Okay, no, wait, we gotta go back. I have the key for that. Now, game, are you going to do the smart thing and make the key disappear when all doors requiring it have been opened? Do I not have that? Trench key? Oh no, I need the supply trench key. Motherfucker. Okay, I think what I gotta do is go back downstairs, use the dynamite to clear some rubble. Has that vibe to it, doesn't it? But yeah, we have a big open area to explore. And that's kind of the standard for old survival horror progression. Where it'd be less a linear path forward and more an area you would explore and solve puzzles with. Again, something I really did like about the original Resident Evil games and the older Silent Hills. And not so much with recent entries. And you know, Silent Hill's going off in its own weird mutant direction that I don't think anybody really cared for. Hey, alright! So this is what I was missing. This guy can be pushed. But yeah, the hard lean into action with Resident Evil came at a cost, and... well, I understand while it was done. I think it gave up a bit too much in the trade. Silent Hill AI gave us that one silly It's Trauma sticker, though. Fair enough. And it did give us a killer pachinko machine. You know, gotta appreciate that. That's the true horror. Watching your vision for a franchise die and become a twisted abomination of its former self. Alright, I see that gas there. Oh, it's a bird. Oh, it's probably a pigeon. Okay, can't get too close there. What's this? Take the coop key. Ah, alright. I heard that. What is that? Is it someone with a gas mask? Oh, Jesus. Okay, out, away. Away from the gas, Andre. You mean like bloodlines? Oh, God. Excuse me. Yeah, there's a topic that just won't die. Okay, the map is all kinds of fucked up here, probably because we don't have a light source. Oh, God! Where'd you come from? No. Brad Fritz, stay away. Going up the ladder, you can't follow me. Those are the rules of war. Okay, where's my med kit? Might as well use it. Alright, coop key. Coop key. Where would I use the... what's this? Parapet open. Oh, haven't been there. Alright. So, out that way, to the left, and over around here. Right. We'll pass the save point. We'll make a little bit more progress, and then we'll call it a night. But yeah, I'm coming around on the idea that the smart way to do a Bloodline sequel would be to not do a Bloodline sequel. In that, if you want to do something inspired by it with comparable gameplay, narrative, and approach to world building, you certainly can do that. But making it a direct canonical sequel is probably going to cause more headaches than it's worth. Like, section off its own thing, pick a different city, maybe have a few references here and there if you want. But there's no harm, and in fact, there is a lot to gain from simply telling your own tale. To tell a different story set somewhere else. I'm just going to throw that in there. A good Vampire the Masquerade game. We know how that's been going. Yeah. Again, it is a rather snake-bit franchise. Okay, no further use for the trench key. It's been discarded. Fuck yeah! Alright, that's a point in this game's favor. It gets that essential right. These are the things I celebrate in game design. Okay, so we got... okay, so we're in the chicken coop. Or the pigeon coop. Gun cleaning kit. What does this do? Okay, lubricant, cloth, and a cleaning rod. Okay, so I guess if we find a gun that's been messed up somehow, we'll be able to fix it up. Okay, we have the fort and are dropping heavy artillery on support trenches. There are many wounded we cannot evacuate. We are suffering. Send help for heaven's sake. Alright. Need to send for help, but the cage is locked. Oh, okay, so this is what we're gonna do here. Yep. Alright. Fly, birdie. It's dead. God help me. Damn it! I feel like you could have determined that without opening the cage. What's in here? Take the lockpick. Oh, okay. I guess that's the real purpose here. Killing or wounding of homing pigeons is punishable by 6 months imprisonment or a large fine. Yeah, go to jail for 6 months or pay... I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no basis for what would be considered a large fine in 1916. Oh, now what? Exactly, we got the loot drop. Okay, things are happening. So I think I need to get to... here. Wait, no, no. Simple lock. Okay, you hear that? Okay, I'm just gonna go. Like, right now. Okay, is this the right way? No, it's not. Christ. We're about to be jumped by something. It's gonna be real big and real angry. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save here. Come on, Pyramid Head. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling here. That did kind of sound like the air raid siren. Which, you know, it would be thematically appropriate. I mean, you know, air raids weren't really much of a thing in World War I, but presumably airborne threats were something they had to specifically watch for. Like 1916, planes aren't real. Yep, me and my crazy ideas. Oh god. Ah. Actually, hang on a second. Where's the locked door? Where's the simple locked door? It's over this way. Damn it! Wait, no. We're going the right way. We need to get up in here, through the starting area, and then... Yes! Yes, this is working. Can't follow me. We fight by gentlemen's rules here in France. The guy with the shovel's ready to go after me, and the guy with the rifle puts a hand on his shoulder. Nein, Hans! We fight by gentlemen's rules in this war. Alright, see you guys. Oh, we are into the disco room. Awesome. What's your story? Andre is still with us. We had to retreat. Those bastards came down so fast, it was never ending. Henri and Jean, they haven't seen them. Have you? I see. We mustn't let this fort fall into their hands. It can't be for nothing. Oh, I'm pretty sure this fort is in their hands already. I heard fighting coming from inside. Some of us still in there somewhere. The entrance out there is locked. I'm gonna try and find another way around. No, dude, we need to stick together. Like, he ran off in a hurry. That's unlike him. Oh, goddamn, this is survival horror. They were just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna split up and go check this thing out. Bunch of dead rats. Awesome. Repair kit. God, look at all this shit. I'm so saving up for that inventory space. I do appreciate that gun parts and cigarettes do not take inventory space. Thank you. Lighter fluid! Finally! Hey, we can solve puzzles now. Alright, note on rats. June 18th, the rat problem has gotten out of hand. The bastards are getting big. I've seen some damn near the size of a small dog. Still as quick as the little ones. Just as hard for a clean shot. Not worth the ammo. Easy ways to catch one on the other end with the end of a shovel or a club. A strong overhand strike usually does the trick. This is how we entertain ourselves on quiet days, if we're lucky to have one. June 22nd. The rats have developed a desire for human flesh. Oh, here we fucking go. I can't blame them. There's enough of that lying around here. Have you met a creature yet? Not yet, no. We did come across a couple very strange Germans that I don't think are accurate to the lore of World War I, let's say. But, not monsters, per se. In these sectors where the bodies remain, the rat hordes are insufferable. They crawl all over you when you sleep and scurry around the tables where we try to eat. The big ones are well vicious. I'd rather be hit over the head by a German club than take a bite from one of these beasts. June 27th. We have to take the rat problem more seriously. Albert was bitten in his sleep 2 nights ago by one of the big ones. Yesterday he spent the day vomiting all over the quarters. He's very sick. The filthy creatures must be carrying something. As long as the Boche are also dealing with this menace. 29th. The bodies keep piling up and the artillery siege hasn't stopped for days. Our makeshift plots caught fire today after we'd filled them up. Couldn't believe what I saw. Hundreds of those ghastly creatures came scurrying out in a panic. It seems they don't like fire. July 1st. We gave the burnt bodies a proper burial today. I was expecting the rats to put up a fight. But to my surprise, this pile of corpses housed not a single one. Seems they only want fresh meat. Awesome! Yeah, rat Viscount, let's go! Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. Yep, we are so getting hostile rats in here. So this is canonically tied to Amnesia the bunker. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go over here and not think about horrible rat men. Hey, wait! Is that what I think it is? Oh, shotgun dirty. Hey! I have a solution. Where's my cleaning kit? Yes! Yes! Oh, baby, we are reunited, and it feels so good. Ah. We're gonna win this war, my friend. You and me, we're gonna take on the world. Or at least Berlin. I mean, canonically, canonically the war kind of stops before there, but I get the feeling canon just went out the window. Alright, we'll get them. Second National Defense Loan, subscribe. Optimistic. Old Worsted water pump, the handle is missing. Yeah, we are getting all the survival horror puzzles. Door appears to be locked from the other side. Wonderful. What's this? Okay, no. Yeah, the central powers just like implode. Yeah, it's kind of funny how the war just basically stops. And you know, historically that's kind of the case. War... you rarely see a case where a nation at war fights to the bitter end. Like what happened in World War II is the extreme rarity. Is the extreme exception. And it's far more common for either the government to surrender or the government to collapse and then whoever steps up surrenders. The physical destruction of another nation is rare. Hell, the physical destruction of a unit is rare. Like, decimated is one of those words that has mutated in meaning when it usually... when I believe it used to mean a unit lost, like, a tenth of its forces, which is still considered devastating. Just running back to the save point here. And it's kind of the case where a unit would be expected to break off from a hopeless situation rather than fight to the death. That's kind of also the case with war. But anyway, I believe we will call it there. So I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm very curious to see if things go in a strange direction. I want to see what other creature analogs the game throws at us, both just other hostile Germans and, you know, things like the rats, and whether it truly goes in a Silent Hill direction and we get, like, fucking Pyramid Head chasing at us or something. I don't know. This could go in either direction, and I feel like it's doing it at enough of a slow burn that either could be credible. Yeah, they brought it back in the World War I Italians. It did not help. Decimation was a punishment. I'm sorry, yeah. It was where one unit was ordered to kill... where a unit was ordered to kill 1 in 10 men. Yeah. Somehow that doesn't seem to motivate people. Fancy that. But yeah, we'll call it there. I'm going to be playing more of this. I want to keep track of it, and for a solo effort, I do find it impressive. And I hope to see more from this developer in the future, and I hope they have applied the lessons from this game going forward to whatever they work on next. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a good night. We'll be back, presumably, to Baldur's Gate 3 on Saturday. Till then, have a good night, and see you next time.